Here's why I believe in God. And I've thought about this for hours upon hours on end. 5, 6 years ago, the religion of evolution confused me until I found Dr. Ken Hovind's videos and he set things straight. But I'm not going to get into that. I can go back and forth with an atheist or an evolutionist for about 2 hours before I can finally get them to admit that they believe we came from nothing. They believe it rained on the rocks for millions of years, the rocks turned into soup, the soup came alive, somehow, magically, found food to eat, and had male and female. Wow. If you go back far enough, the evolutionist or the atheist believe that matter, which are the components of what make up everything that we see, what it comes down to is they believe that matter is eternal and that it existed forever. Then when I say I believe in God, they say, oh, where did God come from? Who made God? So double standard. So basically, I believe in the beginning God. They believe in the beginning dirt. Dirt, matter, is their God. Anyone with common sense would agree that there was a very, very, very beginning to how we all got here, to how all this started, right? For the evolutionists, it's the Big Bang. People like me, and on the first day, God created. So, whether you're an evolutionist or whether you believe in God like me, we both believe that there was a very, very, very beginning to how we all got here. Here's the problem with the evolutionist theory. They believe that something came from nothing. Which, ironically, that's what I believe too. So if there was a very, very beginning to how we got here, something had to come from nothing. It's impossible, but it had to happen. But here's where God comes in. Something coming from nothing is impossible, so therefore it would require a higher power. If you want to look for the origins of this cell phone, you're not going to find the origins of a cell phone within the cell phone. You have to go outside the cell phone. If you want to look at the origins of the universe, who made the universe? You cannot find the origin of the universe within the universe. You have to go outside the universe. Something outside the universe, the laws of gravity, all the laws of second law of thermodynamics, all that crap. You have to go outside of our known physical reality in order to find out where our reality came from. Do you get where I'm coming here? Where I'm getting with this? Scientists and evolutionists and crap, they all examine the universe, they examine the stars, they examine everything that they can examine, and they therefore conclude that they can tell us where we came from by looking at the creation. You have to go outside the creation. Okay, and space. What is space? Space is called dark matter. We don't know what dark matter is. Scientists look at it and just give it a name. What is dark matter? Everything is contained in space, right? Right. It's like a big fish tank, and we're all contained in it. What is space? How does space come into existence? Space is something. You can't tell me it's nothing, because how can something be contained in nothing? If space is nothing, we can't exist at all. Now, if you were to sit here and tell me that space came from the Big Bang, well then, what was the Big Bang, the ball of energy, what was it contained in? And where did that come from? Something cannot be contained in nothing, and therefore it cannot exist at all. Okay? So, let's say you're making a cake. You have a list of ingredients from beginning to end. Right? It's impossible for you to have an infinite list of ingredients. For that in itself would be impossible and would still require a higher power. The ingredients for the cake came outside the cake. Right? You cannot find the origins of that cake within the cake. You have to go and look at it. So apply that analogy to our universe. Our universe has a list of ingredients to how it came into existence from beginning to end, which means something had to come from nothing, which is impossible, but it had to happen. And the ingredients for the universe had to come outside the universe. This is why I believe in God. You can't tell me how something can come from nothing and say there's no God. There's no God. I think that's the stupidest thing you can believe, that we're here all by accident. Did you know all the DNA in your body can fit inside of a teaspoon? And that DNA will stretch from here to the moon and back 100 times. The chances of your DNA happening by accident is like filling the universe with pennies. You paint one penny red. Now go tell a blind man to find that red penny. Oh, wait, he's got one chance to find that red penny. That's the chances of us happening. That's just DNA. Never mind everything else in our reality that proves there's a God. Why do birds chirp at 5 o'clock in the morning? Just before sunrise, you hear the birds making noises and stuff. You know why? Because the frequency from the sound of the birds chirping opens up the foliage in the plants to soak in more carbon dioxide. It's called a symbiotic relationship. The plants rely on the animals, and the animals rely on the plants. They cannot evolve. It cannot evolve like that. And it's impossible. Termites. Termites eat wood, right? But termites cannot digest wood. They have little critters that live inside the stomach. Okay, let's say I eat wood, right? I can't digest it. I have a completely separate life entity living inside my stomach that eats and digests the wood for me. I can't live without the little critters, and they can't live without me. Which one evolved first? And we can go on and on and on about this all day. And you know, just never mind the fact that I've seen demons, I've seen angels, I've seen some pretty weird stuff that testifies that yes, there is a spiritual realm. And for those of you that believe in evolution, and you believe in a soul, well, you contradict yourself. A soul is a completely separate entity from the body, yet they coexist as one. Because your soul controls your body. The soul cannot evolve into existence because it's not physical. Let's pretend a soul can evolve into existence. Let's pretend it can. How can a soul simultaneously evolve with the body in synchronization, in cooperation with the body, to become as one? Impossible. It's impossible. You know, and it doesn't make any sense. So, you know, I mean a lot of people that believe in evolution, and they believe they have a soul. You know, a soul, spirits cannot evolve into existence alone at the same time in synchronization with the body. So a lot of people out there need to reevaluate what they believe. Space, no one can explain where space came from. Something cannot come from nothing unless there's a higher power. Yeah, but that's why I believe in God. You know, it's just common sense. Common sense. You know, if you know, that's basically all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Evolution's dumb. I suggest watching some Dr. Kent Hovind videos if you believe in evolution.